Hi, my name is Rees, and in today's how-to video I'm going to show you how to use your MX2 mixer from DaRos. So when you get your mixer, the very first thing you're going to want to sort out is change the plug that is on the machine to have one of these three-phase fittings. You'll basically receive your machine with just the loose wiring here for it. It is crucial that you change this out, and then also get a sparky to make you up a decent cable to connect to where your power source is for the supply. So once you've got your cable all hooked up for the machine, and the electrician gives the all go, we can come to the front here to the main power board, and you've got the main power switch here that you can switch on. Just over here we've got an e-stop to be engaged for emergencies, and you'll notice the power supply on light is active when power is provided to the machine. Just a little light indicator here. If you have a problem with the motors overloading, or there's something going on, it'll trigger an alarm which will engage this light to indicate there is a problem with the motor or the inverter itself. So once we have power, we come around to the panel on the side of the main power box, and we've got a few buttons here. You've got the restore auxiliary, we've got the start, we've got the stop reset, and then we've got safety door closed light. So when we first initially power up the machine, it'll come to a main screen like so. It'll have alarm auxiliary. This basically means that the auxiliary circuits haven't been engaged, and to do so we need to press this button. Note the light will come on, but the alarm is not removed. This simply means that the magnetic sensor on the lid for the machine is not closed properly. So we'll just have a look at that and show you what I mean. So as you can see here, we've got the sensor on the side of the machine, and this basically is a safety switch. So when the door is open like so, it will basically disable the machine and stop it from running, to protect you and anyone from getting in here while the machine is moving. So what we do is we pull this door along, and you will see the magnetic block here that's got to meet up with this. If I bring you up closer, when the door is closed, those lights will show 3 green lights, and if you come around here, the auxiliary alarm is gone. Also, when you find that the door is closed and the auxiliary alarm has been removed from the screen, you'll notice that the light here has now lit up blue to indicate that the safety door is closed. This light has to come on and show to show that the connection between the safety lock and the magnet block has been engaged correctly. So now we come to the main control panel, and I'm just going to go over the different buttons and what you see here and what they mean and what they do. First off, we've got these boxes here, and they're basically an indication of time and seconds to which each of these functions will run. We've got this button here, which we can change to basically an automatic unload. Automatic unload is basically when the machine uses the photo eye, which I'll show you soon, to engage on and off for unloading. In manual unload, the machine will continuously unload until you stop the machine itself. So we've got that button there, and then we've also got this button here. So if we just change this here, if we activate this, and basically the machine will run in automatic. When we've got it in step, step is for the purpose of running the machine in kind of like a manual function mode. So if we select this, we've currently got this highlighted and we can run that particular section of the machine solely on its own. Note, it has the countdown here that I explained earlier, and it's counting down to 20 seconds. This is how long the mixer will run in the machine. Because it's in step, we highlight here and we can run manual unload. And when in manual unload, the machine will spin round in the hopper and feed the material out from the hopper, up the belt and out the chute. This will continue until you press the stop button. Right, so let's see. Let's try and actually set it up and show you how it works. So first we'll take it out of auto and we'll put it in automatic unload so that we can explain to you how the photo eye works. So now we're going to show you how the photo sensor works. We're going to look at that very shortly. For this demo, I'm just going to leave the mixer activated. A button's activated when in yellow on this machine. So what's going to happen is when I go and press start, the mixer's going to come on for 20 seconds and then it's going to automatic unload, which is running by the photo eye. Drawing media material for our demonstration. So how this works is that the photo eye puts out an infrared signal from here to here, the represented growing media, and the further away, so the level, say for example the level is dropping down in the machine hopper, that this gets away from the photo eye, the lower the hopper gets. We keep going out to the point that the soil is so low that this light that you would have just seen here goes off, and when that light goes off there is a time delay in the signal. And then what will happen is up there, the belt, which is running now, if we just turn and quickly have a look at that, is now running the hopper belt and feeding the material out as it would. Now, for example, the dirt is filling up, comes back in, you'll see that the light is re-engaged. Signal is now being sent back to the machine to cut off the loading process. So if I pull it away again, and the dirt is gone, the machine, as you can hear, is kicked back into auto. Just another thing for you, you can adjust the distance in which this photo eye put its infrared signal out to determine where the soil is, to adjust. And so therefore don't turn on an automatic. And then when the light comes off, it means this hopper is like the level has dropped far enough to tell the machine to turn back on and feed me more material. Okay, so now we come back to the main screen after showing you the photo eye. It's really important if you change anything in the machine or you're reloading and you want to change the process, that you hit the stop restart button, holding it down, and reset the cycle. So once you've done that, you can select for your purposes what you want to use. We're going to have all the functions working. So now we come back to the main screen after showing you how the photo eye works. So now basically I want to show you how it looks when it runs from this end. And so what we're going to do is we're going to activate this and pretend that there's mix to be mixed up. You've added fertilizer and you're gonna add water in the mix. And just for this sake, we're going to turn down the time. So this will show you how to do your time adjustment. So we're going to take it down to 10 seconds just to make this whole demonstration a little bit quicker. So, and basically it's just a matter of working out how long you want these things to run to determine what consistency you want your mix before you unload the hopper out to the machine or bunker that you're feeding to. So in this case, you're going to see these numbers start to count down, and the countdown will appear by these lines here. So what we do is we press the start button, the machine will show and start, and you've got the cycle starting. So it's starting to mix. There it's going and feeding the water and mixing into the machine and counting down to 10 seconds. And because we got an automatic unload, just as I explained before, we're using the pot as the pretend soil, and we pull that away from the photo eye as if the dirt has dropped in the hopper. Signal goes through to the hopper machine, and the belt starts up and feeds the soil out of the mixer. Once wherever the mix is going to is full and the photo eye is engaged, the light will come on the sensor, the signal will be sent, and the belt will stop. Once you're finished and your load is unloaded, you want to hit the stop reset button to recycle and obviously stop the machine first. So hit the recycle button, it'll reset the cycle, and it's all cleared. Then you can pick to manual unload and auto unload if needed. And yeah, that is as simply as we can put it for you. The machine is quite easy to use. We've got another button here into basically the background settings. This is not so much of a concern to you, as it's more or less for technician controls. This button here is another reset cycle button, and then we've got that there, which is basically some more test buttons for the technician. So basically these buttons here can test the functions of the machine. So that there is turning on the solenoid that you can manually cut the water on and off to this unit, so that if you're not using it and you still want to mix some fertilizer in, you can. So yeah, you just get the appropriate fittings and hook your water line up to here. And, yeah. Key things to think about when setting up your machine. Check that the rotation on this is going the correct way. that's something that you need to check when you're hooking it up for the first time with the power, to make sure that the phases are the correct way around. Otherwise, running it in reverse will not be very good for the machine. Another thing is, if you have a problem where the auxiliary won't come off, it's usually down to this sensor here. If this does not line up properly, as you can see like that, and you think you've got the door closed, but it's really not, and you got these lights not showing up, you may want to check the stopper alignment. And the best thing for that, so like you see down here, you've got some stoppers that sort of, you've got to pull the door to that furthest point so that that's engaged. Just make sure that those stoppers haven't moved. So there's 2 at each end. And the best thing I can recommend is that you use 2 hands to pull the door closed on those 2 handles you've just seen, to close it properly, because if you don't, the lid will move like this and may not necessarily line that up properly, and then you have the problem where the auxiliary won't release. Another tip that I would suggest when setting up the machine for the first time is to make sure the tension on your hopper outfeed belt conveyor has been tensioned enough so that it doesn't slip when under load with material coming onto it. And you can easily do that by undoing these nuts here and then adjusting this screw. And what it does is basically pushes this bracket that holds the roller down here away from the motor end, putting tension on the belt that runs through this cavity. Just another little tip to get the most out of your machine is to, where possible, at the end of a run, that you clear it out as much as possible so that there isn't any remaining media in the machine, and this just helps promote the longevity of the machine. Keeping it clean is a good thing.